Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We're a nonprofit that gets kids excited about STEAM. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. We are working on our seat here, our racing seat for that car. That red kind of matches the paint scheme of the the RX-7 here. This is a 1990 RX-7. Kind of looks like Harley Quinn, or Harlequin, given the paint scheme of the red, white, and black here. But we are getting our Sparco seat base mounted up to our Bride Lomax racing seat here. Just a couple lessons learned. Now the top two bolts here went right through the base into the frame of the seat very nicely. Right, you can see those Allen head bolts going in real nicely, but then the bottom holes were about, 2 inches short there. So we drilled some new holes. Really important when this is like a 1/4-inch steel, so you definitely want to use drill bits that are up to the task. You want to use a punch to mark your holes, so we marked them and then used a punch to create an indentation, and then drilled a pilot hole. And you can actually see one of our fails right here. That pilot hole ran straight into this welded on bracket, and this actually goes onto the factory RX-7 seat mounting pedestals, and the pilot hole that we drilled just came out at the weld, so that would not let a bolt like this sit flush. So fortunately we marked and drilled both. There are two sets of holes that these can mount through. So one hole goes through this basically this nut, this threaded part that is actually welded onto the seat base here. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see, right? And then there's another hole on the inside. See that right here? So there are actually two sets of holes in the front and the back of the seat. So you have two mounting options. Now on the front holes, actually both of those line up, if you can see here from the video in the light. So you can either use this hole or this hole. However, I'm shooting this blind here. There we go. You can either use this already bolt or nut surface to bolt right into, or you can use this with just a regular nut and a bolt. And so that's what we ended up doing for the rear right hole there. We're just going to use this. This is a 5/16 grade 8, so basically the strongest nut that you can buy, the strongest nut and bolt in terms of tensile strength that you can buy at the hardware store. So we're using that for the rear right, because the other hole would run right into this mounting bracket. Unfortunately, we didn't discover that, so always measure twice, cut once, or drill once. Unfortunately, that hole, it's not going to really damage anything. Fortunately, it's at the side of the weld there, so and it's a small hole, but that could have been a lot worse if we actually drilled the 3/8 hole that we did here all the way through that. Anyways, lessons learned. We're gonna put the nut facing down, so just to prevent any interference issues with the base of the seat. Let me actually scoot over to here. With the base of the seat that bolts in right here, right at the bottom of the seat where your butt goes. So fortunately, what this means is we actually got rid of the slider, or what allows the seat to slide forwards and backwards on this mounting base in the previous episode. because the sliders on this, something weird started happening where they would just not engage, and that's a huge safety issue, having the seat slide back on us while driving the car. So your feet lose touch of the pedals, and you lose grip of the steering wheel just sliding back. So definitely a safety issue there that we needed to address promptly. Fortunately, bolting the seat in this fashion accommodates me as the driver perfectly. I guess I'm the perfect height for this. Coming in at 5'9", my hands reach the steering wheel and my feet reach the pedals almost perfectly. It is a little bit hard getting in and out of the car with this seat being as low as it is, and really it's the steering wheel that gets in the way of the high, getting into the high bolstered seat base that isn't here right now, but that is really tough. Actually, I can walk back over, and pardon the lighting too. We're working into the night tonight here, but you can see the bolster right there. It's pretty high. So we might replace the factory Mazda steering wheel here with either like a flat bottom wheel and or a steering wheel that disconnects. So kind of a racing style quick disconnect, racing hub, they call them, quick disconnect hub. So you bolt that onto the steering column, and then you bolt the steering wheel to another part of the quick disconnect, and then you can quickly detach the steering wheel from the steering column there. So let us know what you guys have done. We've seen that setups from various companies. Actually, we considered getting one from Momo, just a racing wheel and hub way back when, not the quick disconnect, but NRG makes one, for a variety of cars, including, I believe, still this FC or second generation RX-7. So we'll check that out. Do a little homework here. What else do we need to do? The bumper here that you see lying, the front bumper. We still need to figure out the mounting situation. Some of the studs here. I'll go in for a close-up. Some of the studs here are here, and some aren't. Like this one at the bottom there, that is just snapped off. And so we're not sure if we're gonna because these are studs, they're not screws, right? So they're kind of pressed in through the back. We're also missing some hardware here. That one goes into this hole over here. So if we go over to the other side, we're missing even more. We only have one stud left here. So we're missing that one, and that one, and that one. So we're gonna have to figure out how to mount this. Probably the first thing is to go on the forums. It's much better than the fiberglass. It was a what do you call it? A BN Sports replica. Well, there's the fenders up there. I think where's the bumper? Somewhere up there. Actually, not there anymore. We were trying to figure out our fiberglassing options, but that old front bumper was only held on by 3 screws up here, and some Zeus connectors that attached it to the front fenders, fiberglass fenders back there. But since we've gone back to metal, we don't have that whole setup anymore. So we've got to research some way of fastening this back on to the car. What else have we done here? The new, or not new, but new on this car, the rear glass and the struts, we swapped over from that car back there, the 86. So we the shocks on this are much better, and plus it still has a wiper intact. which the other one, it was ripped out and plugged up. The hole over here was plugged up with a looks like a rubber caulking of some sort, some black butyl or rubber caulking. Some folks do that just to give it a more aerodynamic, smoother profile, but we haven't really decided what to do here. You can see our wide body fender on here, attached with the nutserts. So it's coming together. Definitely in much better state than it was before. We've still got to figure out the paint situation. You can see the peeling paint, the white FCs or the white FC3Ss, 86 through 91 RX-7s are particularly prone to having the paint peel. It was just the formulation of that paint, very prone to peeling, and you can see the factory E-coat in gray underneath, and over there it's actually rusted through, or you see some surface rust on there. So we might hit that with some rust bullet first, just to seal it up. It's similar to like a POR 15, rust inhibitor, rust converting paint. Anyways, just an update here for you all. Let us know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think of videos like this, and we will catch you next time. Thanks again for watching.